What if the desperate pursuit of respect is the very thing that makes you unworthy of it? What if the most profound and lasting respect is a prize that can only be won by those who have stopped trying to win it at all? The Stoics knew that respect is not a trophy to be claimed, but a shadow that is cast by a person of substance. Win respect without ever asking for it. Stoicism, compiled and published by Stoic Power. Lesson 1. Inner strength speaks louder than words. Imagine the immense, silent pressure deep within the earth that over millennia transforms a common piece of carbon into a brilliant, unbreakable diamond. The diamond's incredible strength and its profound value are not born from a loud announcement or a public display. They are forged in a crucible of silent, internal pressure. Its strength is a fact of its very nature, a quiet truth that speaks for itself, needing no spokesman. This is the first law of earning respect. True inner strength speaks infinitely louder than words. Many of us, however, are in a state of constant inner conflict, where we believe the opposite is true. We believe that to be seen as strong and respectable, we must constantly talk about our strengths, broadcast our accomplishments, and project an image of power through our words. We are the loud, crumbling piece of coal, boasting of the diamond we wish we were. The problem with this approach is that a strength that needs to be constantly announced is not strength at all. It is a confession of deep, underlying insecurity. This is a common and painful challenge that people face in the context of emotional mastery and self-discipline. When you feel the need to tell people how strong, smart, or successful you are subconsciously signaling that you are not truly confident in these qualities yourself. You are seeking their validation to fill a void in your own self-perception. This verbal posturing is exhausting, and it is ultimately transparent. People can sense the insecurity beneath the bravado, and it breeds the very opposite of the respect you crave. The transformative solution is to embrace the wisdom of the diamond. It is the Stoic habit of shifting your entire focus from the external performance of strength to the silent, internal cultivation of it. It is the commitment to building a character so solid that its strength becomes a self-evident fact, requiring no words at all. The core idea is that, for the Stoics, true strength was synonymous with the inner citadel, a fortress of the mind built upon the bedrock of virtue and reason. This is not the loud, aggressive strength of a bully, but the quiet, unshakable strength of a person who is the absolute master of their own inner world. This strength doesn't need to be advertised because it is demonstrated in every calm response, in every disciplined action, and in every moment of quiet resilience. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it reveals that respect is not something you take with your words, but something you are given in response to the silent power of your character. To begin the work of forging your inner diamond, you must become a craftsman of your own soul. The first actionable step is to practice actions over announcements. For the next week, choose one goal you are working on and make a vow not to speak about it to anyone. Let your progress be the only update you provide. The second step is to embrace voluntary hardship. Deliberately and regularly choose a small, manageable discomfort, like a cold shower or a difficult workout, to prove to yourself that you are stronger than your desire for comfort. The third step is to focus on your deeds. At the end of each day, instead of thinking about what you said, reflect on what you did that was aligned with the strong, virtuous person you wish to be. The benefits of applying these actions are the creation of a profound, authentic, and deeply attractive inner strength. You will stop feeling the anxious need to prove yourself with words, because you will begin to feel the quiet confidence of your own growing substance. People will start to relate to you differently, responding not to your boasts, but to the undeniable, quiet power of your character. Your call to action is to choose your crucible. Your mission for this week is to take on one small, difficult task that you have been avoiding. Do not tell anyone you're doing it. Complete it purely for the internal reward of knowing that you have faced a challenge and strengthened your own soul. This is your first step in forging your own diamond. This inner strength is the source of your power. But how does this power manifest in the world? How does it project an aura that commands respect? The next lesson will teach you how your calm, silent presence can become your greatest source of natural authority. If you are ready to build your inner strength, please like this video. And as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel for more foundational wisdom. Lesson 2. Calm presence commands natural authority. Imagine a great and ancient lighthouse, standing tall and resolute on a rocky shore amidst a raging storm. It does not compete with the storm. It does not shout at the crashing waves or roar back at the howling wind. It does its one simple, powerful thing. It stands, grounded and unshaken, and it shines its calm, steady, and powerful beam of light into the chaos. Its calm presence is its authority. It is a beacon of stability in a world of turmoil, and every ship in the storm is naturally and instinctively drawn to its quiet, authoritative light. This is the second law of winning respect. A calm presence commands a natural authority. Many of us, however, are in a state of inner conflict, where our presence is not like the calm lighthouse, but like a small, frantic boat being tossed about in the storm. When we enter a room or a conversation, we bring with us an energy of restlessness, anxiety, and a scattered, unfocused attention. We are physically present, but our minds are elsewhere, lost in the chaos of our own inner weather. The problem with this agitated and unfocused presence is that it silently communicates a profound lack of authority and self-control. This is a common and painful challenge that people face in the context of emotional mastery and self-discipline. A person who cannot command their own attention cannot command the respect of others. Your nervous energy, your rushed speech, and your divided focus all send a powerful, non-verbal message that you are not the calm, stable center of your own world. People can feel this instability, and it makes them feel uneasy and less likely to place their trust or their respect in you. You cannot be the lighthouse for others if you are yourself lost in the storm. The transformative solution is to become the lighthouse. It is the Stoic habit of deliberately cultivating a calm, focused, and deeply grounded presence, of understanding that the energy you bring into a room is often more powerful than any words you could ever speak. The core idea is that your presence is the external manifestation of your inner state. The Stoics, with their concept of ataraxia, or tranquility, knew that a mind that is at peace with itself will naturally project an aura of peace and authority into the world. Your calm is not just a feeling, it is a force. It is a form of nonverbal communication that tells everyone that you are in complete command of your own inner kingdom. And this self-mastery is the very definition of natural authority. This gentle wisdom feels ancient and alive because it offers a path to influence that is not about dominance or aggression, but about the quiet, magnetic power of a well-ordered soul. To begin cultivating this lighthouse presence, you must become the master of your own energy. The first actionable step is to practice grounding before you enter any important situation. Take 30 seconds to stand or sit and feel the physical sensation of your feet on the floor. Take 3 slow, deep breaths. Anchor yourself in your body and in the present moment. The second step is to master your eye contact. When you are with people, give them the gift of your calm, steady, and undivided attention. Let your eyes communicate that you are fully present and that they are the most important thing in your world at that moment. The third step is to move with deliberate slowness. Walk, speak, and gesture with a calm, unhurried pace. Eliminate all frantic, nervous energy from your movements. This signals that you are the master of your own time and space. The benefits of applying these actions are a profound and almost magical shift in how people respond to you. You will find that when you enter a room, the energy calms down. People will naturally defer to your quiet authority. You will build connections that are deeper and more authentic because people will feel truly seen and heard by you. Your own feelings of anxiety will diminish as you learn to inhabit your body and the present moment with a powerful, grounded calm. Your call to action is to practice your grounding. Your mission for the next 24 hours is to perform your 30-second grounding ritual before you enter any new space, before you walk into your office, before you walk into your home, before you join a social gathering. Feel the shift in your presence as you do so. This calm presence is the atmosphere of respect. But to make that respect lasting, your presence must be supported by a solid structure. The next lesson will teach you how to build the strong, clear boundaries that are the framework of lasting respect. If you are ready to become the lighthouse, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power Channel to continue your journey. Lesson 3. Boundaries that build lasting respect. Imagine the great and powerful river. Its immense power is a beautiful and life-giving force, but what truly makes it respectable and useful are its strong, clear, and well-defined banks. These banks, these boundaries, do not crush or weaken the river. They give it its shape, its direction, and its formidable power. Without its banks, the most powerful river in the world would be nothing but a shallow, stagnant, and useless swamp. Your personal boundaries are the banks of your own life's river. This is the third law of winning respect. Many of us are in a state of inner conflict where we are trying to be a powerful river without any banks. We believe that being nice and easygoing means having no limits. We say yes when we mean no. We allow our time and energy to be drained away in 1,000 different directions, and we tolerate disrespect in the name of keeping the peace. We are afraid that if we build our banks, the river will stop flowing. The problem with this lack of boundaries is that it makes true, lasting respect impossible. A person without boundaries is not a powerful river. They are a swamp. They signal to the world that their own time is not valuable, their own priorities are not important, and their own self-respect is negotiable. This is a common and painful challenge that people face in the context of self-discipline. While you may win some fleeting approval from those who benefit from your lack of boundaries, you will never win their genuine, deep-seated respect. People do not respect a swamp. They respect the calm, directed power of the great river. The transformative solution is to become the wise and courageous engineer of your own life. It is the Stoic habit of deliberately, calmly, and consistently building the strong banks, the boundaries, that give your life its shape, its power, and its profound, respectable direction. The core idea is that your boundaries are not a hostile act against others. They are the ultimate act of respect for yourself. The Stoics would see this as a matter of justice, a virtue that must be applied to oneself as well as to others. It is unjust to yourself to allow your own well-being to be constantly compromised. Your boundaries are simply the clear, honest, and non-negotiable rules that protect your time, your energy, and your peace, the very resources you need to be a virtuous and effective person in the world. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it reframes boundaries from a source of conflict into a source of personal power and integrity. To begin the work of building your banks, you must be a clear and deliberate surveyor. The first actionable step is to define your property. In a journal, write down one clear boundary in 3 key areas: your time, e.g., I do not take non-emergency work calls on weekends; your energy, e.g., I will not engage in negative gossip; and your relationships, e.g., I will not tolerate being spoken to in a disrespectful tone. The second step is to communicate your boundaries simply and calmly, without excessive apology or anger. A firm, respectful no is a complete sentence. The third step is to be prepared to enforce your boundary. The strength of a riverbank is tested by the water. You must be willing to accept the discomfort of someone else's displeasure to maintain the integrity of your own life's flow. The benefits of applying these actions are a massive and profound increase in your self-respect and the respect you receive from the world. You will stop feeling like a victim of circumstance and start feeling like the powerful, directed force of your own life. You will find that high-quality people are attracted to your strength and clarity, while those who cannot respect your boundaries will naturally be washed out of your life. Your call to action is to choose your one starting point. Your mission for this week is to choose one of the boundaries you have written down and to enforce it with calm and quiet strength the very next time it is tested. Be the river, not the swamp. These strong boundaries are the structure of a respectable life. But the confidence to hold these boundaries comes from a deep, internal source, a quiet self-assurance that has no need to boast. The next lesson will teach you how to cultivate this silent, unshakable confidence. If you are ready to define your own path, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 4. Silent confidence over empty boasting. Imagine the sun on a clear day. It doesn't need to make a speech about its own importance. It doesn't need to boast about its heat or to issue press releases about its life-giving light. The sun simply radiates its power, its confidence, its essential nature, in a profound and magnificent silence. Its confidence is a self-evident fact of its existence, not a story it needs to tell. This is the fourth law of winning respect, the law of silent confidence over empty boasting. Many of us, however, are in a state of inner conflict where we feel a deep, anxious need to be the narrator of our own success. We believe that our achievements are only real once they have been announced and validated by others. We are the town crier, constantly shouting our own praises in the marketplace, hoping to convince the world and ourselves of our own worth. The problem with this constant self-promotion is that it is the very opposite of true confidence. This is a common and painful challenge that the reader faces. A person who truly knows their own value does not feel the need to constantly advertise it. The need to boast is a loud confession of a deep, inner insecurity. It signals to the world that you are seeking your confidence from their approval, not from your own substance. This is a posture of weakness, and while it may gain you some fleeting attention, it will never win you the quiet, deep, and lasting respect that is reserved for those with a true, unspoken self-assurance. The transformative solution is to embrace the wisdom of the sun. It is the Stoic habit of building a confidence that is so real, so deep, and so rooted in your own character that it has absolutely no need for the empty calories of public display. It is the art of learning to shine, not to shout. The core idea is one of the most powerful and liberating in all of Stoicism. Virtue is the sole good. The Stoics taught that a person's true worth lies not in their accomplishments, their reputation, or their wealth, but in the quality of their own character. A confidence built on this unshakable foundation of inner virtue is a confidence that is completely independent of external validation. It is the quiet, powerful knowledge that you are a person of integrity, a person who is living in accordance with their own highest principles. This gentle wisdom feels ancient and alive because it offers a path to a form of confidence that cannot be taken away from you by a failed project, a critical comment, or a bad day. To begin cultivating this silent confidence, you must shift your focus from the trophy room to the training ground. The first actionable step is to let your results speak for themselves. Make a vow to adopt a show, don't tell policy regarding your achievements. Do the great work, and then let the work itself be the announcement. The second step is to practice self-acknowledgement. When you achieve something, take a private moment to feel the pride and satisfaction of your own effort. Your own approval must become the only approval that truly matters. The third step is to turn your focus outward. Genuinely compliment and celebrate the successes of others. A person who is truly confident in their own light is not threatened by the light of others. They are warmed by it. The benefits of applying these actions are the development of a profound, authentic, and deeply attractive confidence. You will be free from the exhausting, anxious, and needy work of self-promotion. You will move through the world with a quiet, humble, and powerful assurance that is not arrogant, but is deeply rooted in your own substance. People will begin to respect you not for the stories you tell, but for the quiet, undeniable evidence of your character and your competence. Your call to action is to take a boasting fast. For the next 24 hours, your mission is to refrain from saying anything that is designed, even subtly, to boast about yourself or to seek approval. Just for one day, let your actions be your only resume. This silent confidence is the result of a character that has been carefully and deliberately shaped. The next lesson will explore the primary tool that the Stoics used to shape their character: the power of daily discipline. If you are ready to cultivate a confidence that needs no words, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 5. Discipline shapes character. Others admire. Imagine a master sculptor who has been given a rough, unformed block of marble. His task is to create a masterpiece, a statue of perfect form and profound beauty. The statue is already there, hidden within the stone. His job is to patiently, skillfully, and with great discipline, chip away everything that is not the masterpiece. His chisel is his discipline, and with every precise tap, he reveals more of the admirable character of the stone. This is the fifth law of winning respect. Discipline is the chisel that shapes a character others admire. Many of us are in a state of inner conflict, where we are like the rough block of marble, full of incredible, hidden potential. But we are unwilling to submit to the chisel of discipline. We want the admirable character without the difficult and often uncomfortable work of chipping away our own bad habits, our weaknesses, and our imperfections. The problem with this lack of discipline is that our potential remains forever locked away inside the rough stone. This is a common and painful challenge that people face in the context of self-discipline. A person who lives without discipline is a person who is ruled by their impulses, their moods, and their desire for instant gratification. They may be a good person deep down, but their lack of self-control prevents this inner character from ever being reliably expressed. They are a person of unfulfilled potential, and while people may like them, it is difficult to truly and deeply admire them, because admiration is a form of respect, reserved for those who have mastered themselves. The transformative solution is to pick up the chisel. It is the Stoic habit of embracing daily discipline, what they called ascesis, not as a form of punishment, but as the sacred and essential art of sculpting your own character into a masterpiece of virtue. The core idea is that character is not something you're born with. It is something you build. The Stoics were the master craftsmen of the soul. They knew that every single choice we make, every single day, is another tap of the chisel. When you choose to get up on time instead of hitting snooze, you chip away a piece of laziness. When you choose to exercise instead of watching TV, you chip away a piece of lethargy. When you choose to hold your tongue instead of making an angry retort, you chip away a piece of reactivity. Each small, disciplined act reveals more of the strong, virtuous, and admirable person that lies within. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it gives us a clear and practical path to becoming the person we want to be. To begin this work of self-sculpture, you must become a patient artist. The first actionable step is to choose your one starting point. Do not try to chisel the entire statue at once. Pick one small, negative trait you want to remove or one positive trait you want to reveal. The second step is to choose your daily chisel tap. What is the one small, disciplined action you can take every single day to work on that one trait? Make it so small you cannot fail. The third step is to fall in love with the process. Do not focus on the finished statue. Find your satisfaction in the daily, patient, and purposeful act of chipping away the stone. The benefits of applying these actions are the slow, steady, and undeniable transformation of your own character. You will literally sculpt yourself, through your daily actions, into a person of greater strength, integrity, and self-control. This process will build a profound and authentic self-respect, which is the very foundation of the respect you will receive from others. People are subconsciously drawn to and admire those who are engaged in the difficult and noble work of mastering themselves. Your call to action is to choose your first chip. What is the one small, disciplined action you will commit to every day for the next week to begin sculpting your character? Will you meditate for 5 minutes? Will you read for 10? Will you do 20 push-ups? Commit to it in the comments below. Pick up your chisel. Discipline is the tool that shapes your character. But the influence of that character in the world is determined by another, related quality. The next lesson will teach you how the quiet power of consistency can turn your disciplined actions into undeniable influence. If this lesson inspired you to start sculpting, please like this video, and as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 6. Consistency turns actions into influence. Imagine a coral reef, one of the most massive, resilient, and influential structures in the entire ocean. It was not created by a single dramatic event. It was built over thousands of years by the slow, patient, and incredibly consistent actions of billions of tiny, insignificant coral polyps. Each individual polyp's contribution is almost nothing, but their relentless, unwavering consistency, day after day, generation after generation, is what creates a structure so vast it can be seen from space, and so influential it shapes the very currents of the ocean. This is the sixth law of winning respect. Consistency turns actions into influence. Many of us are in a state of inner conflict, where we are like the single coral polyp, believing that our small daily actions are insignificant. We work hard for a few days, and when we don't see a massive reef-sized result, we become discouraged and stop. We are a flurry of inconsistent, short-lived efforts, and we wonder why we have no real, lasting influence on the world around us. The problem with this lack of consistency is that it completely negates the power of our disciplined actions. A single heroic act of discipline is admirable, but it does not build a reputation or create a lasting impact. This is a common and painful challenge that people face. Influence is a product of trust, and trust is built on a foundation of predictability and reliability. If your actions are inconsistent, if you are disciplined one day and lazy the next, you are signaling to the world that you cannot be relied upon. Your character is a mystery, and people do not place their trust or their respect in the unpredictable. The transformative solution is to embrace the profound, humble wisdom of the coral polyp. It is the Stoic habit of understanding that the greatest power in the universe is not intensity, but consistency. It is the commitment to showing up and doing the small, disciplined work every single day, whether you feel like it or not, whether you see the results or not. The core idea is that your consistency is the ultimate proof of your character. The Stoics were not interested in men who could be virtuous for a day. They were interested in men who could build a virtuous life, brick by brick, day by day. Your consistency in your work, in your principles, in how you treat others, is the loudest and most convincing statement you can ever make about who you are. Over time, this relentless consistency builds an undeniable reputation and a powerful, gravitational influence. You do not have to persuade people of your character. Your consistency has already proven it beyond all doubt. This ancient wisdom is profoundly empowering because it makes greatness accessible to everyone. You do not need to be a genius. You just need to be consistent. To begin building your own reef of influence, you must become a master of the daily deposit. The first actionable step is the "don't break the chain" method. For your one chosen discipline, get a calendar and mark an X on every day you complete it. Your only goal is to not break the chain. This creates a visual record of your consistency that becomes a powerful motivator. The second step is to focus on the system, not the goal. Your job is not to build the entire reef. Your job is to be the polyp that does its small part today. Trust that the consistent process will produce the grand result. The third step is to practice immediate recovery. When you do inevitably break the chain, the rule is simple. Never miss 2 days in a row. Get back to your work the very next day without guilt. The benefits of applying these actions are the creation of a powerful and unstoppable momentum in your life. You will build a reputation for reliability and excellence that will open doors and attract opportunities. Your influence will grow organically and authentically, built on the solid bedrock of your proven actions. You will achieve your most ambitious goals, not through a stroke of luck, but through the quiet, inevitable power of your own daily consistency. Your call to action is to choose your chain. Take your one disciplined act from the last lesson. For the next 30 days, your only mission is to build the longest possible chain of X's on your calendar. Focus on the chain and let the influence take care of itself. You now have all the tools. The inner strength, the calm presence, the silent confidence, the disciplined character, and the engine of consistency. The final lesson is about the beautiful and effortless outcome of this entire process. a life where respect is earned without ever having to be asked for. If this lesson has inspired you, please like this video. And as a final reader hook, remember to subscribe to the Stoic Power channel. Lesson 7. Respect earned without ever asking. Imagine a great and massive planet like Jupiter moving silently through the cosmos. It does not need to ask for moons to orbit it. It does not need to demand respect from the asteroids and comets that pass by. Its own immense mass and substance, its very nature, creates a powerful gravitational field. The moons do not choose to orbit Jupiter because it persuaded them to. They orbit it because it is the natural and inevitable response to the planet's powerful, silent presence. This is the final law of winning respect. It is earned as a natural consequence of your own character, without ever having to be asked for. For our entire lives, we have been in a state of inner conflict, believing that respect is something we must actively pursue and demand from the world. We get into arguments, we feel slighted when we are not shown the deference we think we deserve, and we are constantly engaged in the exhausting and demeaning work of managing our own reputation. The problem with this mindset is that respect that is demanded is not respect at all. It is merely a form of compliance, often given out of fear or politeness. This is a common and painful challenge that people face. Genuine, lasting respect can never be taken by force or by argument. It is a gift that is freely given by others in response to a character they admire. The more you ask for it, the more you prove that you are not worthy of it. The man who has to say, "I am the king," is no true king. The transformative solution is the final and most profound shift in the Stoic journey. To completely abandon the pursuit of respect and to focus all of your energy on the one thing that will naturally and inevitably generate it. It is the commitment to becoming the planet, to building a character of such mass and substance that the respect of others becomes the natural gravitational force that orbits your very being. The core idea is the culmination of all the previous lessons. A man who has cultivated inner strength, who has a calm and authoritative presence, who has strong boundaries, a silent confidence, and a character shaped by discipline and consistency, will not need to ask for respect. He will be a walking, breathing embodiment of respectability. His life itself becomes the argument. The Stoics knew that the ultimate goal is not to be well thought of, but to be a person who is worthy of being well thought of. This is the achievement of eudaimonia, the flourishing life, where your inner state and your outer actions are in such perfect harmony that your very existence becomes an influential force for good in the world. This ancient wisdom feels alive because it offers a path to a form of respect that is authentic, effortless, and unbreakable. To embody this final principle is the work of a lifetime, but the practice is a daily commitment to your own mass. The first actionable step is to make your own self-respect your highest priority. You must be more concerned with being able to respect yourself at the end of the day than with whether others respected you. The second step is to focus on contribution, not on reception. In every interaction, ask not, "What can I get from this person?" i.e. respect. But what can I give to this situation, i.e. value, calm, integrity? The third step is to practice a humble indifference to your own reputation. Do the right thing, and then let your reputation take care of itself. The benefits of applying these actions are the achievement of the highest and most profound form of respect a person can attain. It is a respect that is deep, genuine, and freely given. You will be liberated from the anxious, ego-driven need to manage how others see you, which is one of the greatest freedoms a person can experience. You will become a natural leader and a source of inspiration, your silent example being more powerful than any speech you could ever give. Your call to action is a commitment to the journey. Your mission, starting today, is to stop asking the question, "Do they respect me?" Instead, you must ask the only question that a Stoic warrior ever asks himself. Am I a person who is worthy of respect? Let the answer to that question and your daily effort to make that answer a resounding yes be the sole focus of your life. By building a character of silent strength, calm presence, disciplined action, and unwavering consistency, You become a person of such substance that the respect of the world is no longer a prize to be won, but a natural and inevitable consequence of who you have become. True respect is not a prize to be demanded with words, but a shadow that is naturally cast by a person of substance. By cultivating the Stoic virtues of inner strength, calm presence, and disciplined action, you become a person whose character speaks for itself, earning lasting respect without ever asking for it. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. We gently remind viewers to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more wisdom on building a life of quiet power.